So, hello everyone, my name is Natalie, and the film that I did the shot analysis on is Zodiac, directed by David Fincher. And this film is actually really cool because it's about, it's based on true events that actually happened with the Zodiac killer and his murders and stuff. And David Fincher really uses cinematic techniques really well to create kind of that suspense feel and have like sort of a Hitchcockian style kind of like placed into some of the scenes. So the scene that I'm focusing on is a couple that goes out on a picnic at a lake and they get murdered by the Zodiac. And it opens with an extreme long shot. So we have that extreme long shot showing that they are driving off across a bridge over a river, going to a picnic by the lake. And you would think that it's all nice and stuff and that they wouldn't be getting murdered. And the song is Oliver's Jean, which is a 1960s hit, which works for this time period in the film. And the lyrics that are being sung during this part are "Get out of your half-dreamed dream," which kind of like bursts that bubble of like, oh, this nice couple is going on a nice picnic. No, they're about to be murdered.
Let's just do the time long stuff.
So we have this voiceover that starts while they're in the car and over the radio music. And it's the male who is talking about some cool little story that he already said last year.
But at some point, the county decided that the land would work better as a lake, so they flooded it. But there's an entire
hidden city under the water. Maybe that spring in the river.
Oh yeah.
So we have this low angle that's kind of like on the same level as a couple, and we kind of like can see them as if we're laying next to them, watching them. The background is mostly grays and like dull tones of like cooler colors, except for the yellow sand and grass, which is actually a motif throughout the whole movie, is the bleak, dark grays and blacks highlighted with yellows.
Somebody else is here.
So we see her reaction when she notices that someone else is there, and she kind of like mentions it to her boyfriend. And in the background we can hear birds chirping and like a little bit of water and like really like park noises basically.
It is a public park.
This shot we see from her point of view, kind of through the grasses on the floor, looking at what she's looking at.
I think he's watching us.
Oh, very good movie.
Where'd he go?
We continue seeing what she's seeing as this man is coming towards them.
Right behind that tree.
Alright, so who's taking the lead?
He's coming towards us.
We see her slowly raising her head more and more as he gets closer, kind of becoming more cautious of the man because she notices he's wearing all black in this like lightly color paletted scene.
Oh my god, he has a gun.
We don't see that he has a gun, but when she says it, we see her reaction and she instantly kind of like jumps off of him to get off and to get up and get ready for whatever's about to happen.
Don't move!
We see kind of this long shot establishing like the distance between them, and we see how they start posing. They have their hands out, kind of like being very careful, and the man in all black just has a gun pointed at them.
I want your money and your car keys.
Okay? We're not gonna do anything, okay? We're gonna cooperate. Just tell me what you want us to do. You're welcome to everything I have. If there's anything else I can do for you, maybe I can write you a check.
The lack of responses coming from the Zodiac kind of like builds that tension, like, why isn't he saying anything? I'm offering more than just my car.
Okay, I can give you my phone number. You know, I might be able to help you. Even more than you might think.
He needs a sociology major.
Pre-law. Oh, keys. You know, I'm sorry, I don't know exactly where I put my keys. They might be on the blanket that's in bed.
We see that the woman is kind of grabbing her dress and looking straight down. She's really scared. She doesn't like the fact that now she's the only one standing up.
Here's the keys.
Don't get up. I want her to tie you up.
We see kind of a shot from behind the Zodiac, and we see he has like rope behind him and what looks to be a knife, and he's holding the rope out towards the girl.
Okay.
She's slowly approaching him. And there goes the sound.
Don't get any ideas.
Nah.
We can notice here that the background noises of the park and the chirping kind of is lowered, and you only hear mostly water and the waves instead.
I killed the guy escaping from prison in Montana.
I'm not doing anything, okay?
I'm not afraid to kill the guy.
Look away. What was the name of that person? Hey, you said it was in Montana, right?
Taking your car. I'm going to Mexico.
We didn't complain when you tied our hands. Okay, you have everything that I have. We have done every...
Here we are like laying on the blanket with the couple again, basically seeing how she's being hogtied, and it's pretty aggressive, and you're kind of scared for the couple, like they're gonna be tied, what's gonna happen next?
It's the past. So,
She tied the wrist, didn't she? Get on your stomach so I can tie your feet.
it gets really cold out here at night. We could freeze. Okay, you all done?
We see a low angle shot from the ground up to the Zodiac, where he's kind of like towering over them, and they're like tied up on the floor helpless.
You know, just because people are going to ask, was that thing even loaded?
We see from their point of view that the gun was actually loaded and they were in actual danger, and it kind of confirms that this is a serious situation. We can see them looking at each other from each other's point of views, and kind of like the woman and how scared she is and fearful, and the man trying to be like, don't worry, through his facial expressions.
It's okay. It's all gonna be okay.
Zodiac takes out a knife, and we can see it from their point of view as well. And basically this part is where they get stabbed to death, and when they are first getting stabbed, you don't actually see the knife like entering them, you kind of just see the motions happening until the very end when you actually see it happening, and it kind of like makes that like, I forget the word, whatever. So see, we only see like the hand motion really, and their reactions of like, oh my gosh, someone's getting stabbed. See, his head is blocking like the knife going in and out of her back. We see him in immense pain, and we hear her screaming her head off, and then finally, and that was that. So, yep, that was my scene analysis. It kind of just fades out from there, an extreme lock shot. Does anyone have any questions? Yes, Brady.
Would it be a stretch to compare the Man in Black to the Grim Reaper?
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good comparison. I didn't really think of it myself that way. Jason?
What's the significance of it almost look like crosshairs on Zodiac's uniform or
Oh,
cape or
yeah,
whatever?
that's a symbol, which he apparently took from like a watch advertisement, but he uses it as like a symbol for himself. It's like a, what is it, a scope shot thingy?
Yeah, it looks like crosshairs.
Yeah.
Which
so-
which is funny because it's like he's a target, but he's
Yeah.
going after other people.
Any other questions?
Do you, like, is the movie itself overtly, like, violent throughout the whole thing? Like, or why do you think they hold off on showing you the people getting stabbed if this is, like, a horror movie?
That was actually part of the reason why people think that David Fincher used kind of a Hitchcockian style in this, where in most of Hitchcock's films, they usually don't show the violence. They show like shadows of the violence or the motion and then they cut away. And so the film as itself isn't that violent. You do see people getting shot, but it's not stuff like people getting stabbed and like gore. And basically, even though it's about a serial killer and how like violent he was, they didn't focus on that part of the case itself, and more just used it as like suspense and like kind of to like hold off the violence to kind of further shock and thrill the audience. Zach, do you have a question?
You talked about the song that was playing on the radio from the 60s that represents the time period of that time. So what other elements do you think in the scene that shows that time period?
Oh, definitely their clothes and their car. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Because the park is no park. So that's it. Brady?
What would you say the water symbolizes? Because I saw a lot of shots where the water was the backdrop.
Yeah, I wasn't actually sure on that because I didn't want to say something that sounded completely far-fetched. But I was thinking maybe something similar to like the film noir theme with water, where we talked about that in class, where it's kind of like a refresher or like, I forgot what the other things we were talking about, but you know what I'm talking about. Is that it?
Congratulations. Thank you,